Hey everybody, JJ here. You're watching Bull Boom Bear Bust. It is Wednesday, November 3rd, 2021. Thought I would give you guys a little face-to-face time. I don't do this very often. I don't think it's that important for you to see my face, really. I thought it was about the news and the information, but a lot of people are asking, why don't you do live broadcast? Why don't you show your face? Yada yada. So here we are. The news is still going to be pretty much the same. You're just going to see me here sitting here in my garage with the dirty wall behind me. I don't even have a good backdrop to pull it up here. I tried to do the green screen, but my head kept disappearing, so I was tired of kind of messing with it. So let's get into the news. There's some very, very concerning things, important things happening with the economy right now. And you know, as well as I do, that the cost of living has been rising. It's no secret. Even people that don't pay attention normally are forced to pay attention when they go to the grocery store, when they go to look at cars, and everything has skyrocketed in a very short amount of time. So maybe this will be a good thing in the end. Maybe people will wake up and start realizing what's happening. And what's been happening for a long, long time is we have the money machine in the background here deciding which direction the economy takes. We're talking about interest rates. We're talking about monetary decisions. We're talking about prices. Why do prices always have to rise? Why is there a 2% inflation target? Why can't there be deflation when people can no longer afford the things they need to buy? Why is the solution always higher prices, but yet hand out more stimulus checks, lower interest rates, prop up the banks so they can let people get into more debt and borrow more money to keep up with the rising cost of living? Why is that always the solution? All right, let's get into some news. Most of you know what's going on, so I won't belabor that issue too much more. American shipper freightwaves.com, 59,000 nearly containers now on penalty clock in the Long Beach, LA docks. Now, this may incentivize these companies to find places for these containers, but if they didn't find the places for the containers so far, are these penalties going to make them magically find places, right? So maybe they'll make the investment now in more warehouses, and we'll see how this goes. But the reason we have to import so much is because companies are afraid to open up new factories here in the United States. Why is that? Well, it's because of the high cost of living. They have to pay higher wages here than some other countries. Now, I'm not saying we should become a third world country, but at least stop this inflation from happening and stop all of the policies that create these higher prices. You see what I'm saying? I think most of you understand. So if it were not for the inflationary measures here in the United States, companies would not have to pay such high wages. And we've seen this going back decades. We need higher minimum wage, higher minimum wage, higher minimum wage. Why is that? Because the cost of living keeps going up. You wouldn't need higher minimum wage if it were not for the continual rise of this cost of living. And you would have a lot more companies coming back here to the United States. Yes, lower tax rates, lower corporate tax rates definitely help. But very few people are talking about the actual root cause, the source of the problem. And maybe this will wake people up. Let me know what you think down in comments, please. Will these rising prices put so many people in such a financial pinch that they're going to be forced to learn about what's happening with this economy? And we're seeing people get further and further behind. Debt is rising. Crime is rising also on the same time because so many people out of work, the rising cost of living. Speaking of rising crime, let's transition a little bit here to this next article. This is out of the Post. Man of Steel, steel is spelled S-T-E-A-L, leads New York City's record-shattering shoplifting surge with 46 arrests. All right, what does that tell you about the criminal justice system? And it's likely just in some areas, like some of these cities, New York City, they've been especially lenient on crimes. We see the same thing out in San Francisco. I believe they decriminalized certain amounts of shoplifting. Now, for accuracy, I just pulled up an article here. Wall Street Journal. San Francisco has become a shoplifter's paradise. Walgreens has closed 22 stores in the city where thefts under $950 are effectively decriminalized. All right, so this system of justice, as some call it, criminal justice system, is it's a joke, really. I mean, I've seen people get locked up for so many years for little harmless petty crimes. victimless crimes, and yet we have people just looting some of these stores. And like this previous article, New York Post, really a slap on the wrist. If you can get arrested 46 times, that must tell you that the punishment must not be that severe at all, right? And we're going to see more of this, not just because of the decriminalization, but because of the rising prices. The more desperate people get, the more you're going to see things like this. They're also going to be coming after you. They're going to be more home break-ins, burglaries, and we all need to protect ourselves. And people that are making money in the markets, I see this all the time down in comments. JJ, I'm making tons of money in the markets. This is great. Great. I'm hoping you are making enough money to navigate this. But here's the thing: if crime is rising, if society is collapsing, are those digits on a screen in your checking account, are they going to save you from someone to do bad things to you, to try to get a food, or who knows what they're going to try to get from you? So if you're an investor, great, and I encourage to invest and try to ride the bull. Find a way to make money with this inflation. Invest, absolutely, but if you think investing is going to save you when the entire economy and society is collapsing, I've got news for you. You're going to be very, very sorry. And are you making enough to keep up with the inflation, with the rising cost of living? It's absolutely out of control, and it looks like there's no stopping it. Manufacturing is not coming back. If we get these ports into the shores and onto the shelves, will that fix the long-term problem? Will you have a never-ending process in the background that says we always need to have higher prices and deflation is a bad thing? I don't think so. So let me know what you think down in the comments about that. All right, also, this is out of Yahoo Finance. We're continuing to see this accelerating consumerism, and people are starting to get wind of rising prices, and of course they're reading about it now. It's mainstream news. You see it every day in your grocery store. So what are people doing? They're buying more now because of panic, because of fear and panic that there's going to be shortages, one, and fear and panic, two, that prices are going to continue to rise. So that escalates the problem, right? So when you have shortages and people panic and they go out and buy more, right? It's kind of like when the stock market goes up so fast, so many people jump in, or whatever asset you're talking about. When it rises so fast, when it starts to go parabolic, that's when you see people start really piling in because they're fearing they're going to miss out on this. It's kind of a similar thing with the shopping, right? So will there be a drop once all these ships get into ports, if they will ever get into the ports and onto the shelves? Will there be a drop? Some people are saying there's a massive backlog of vehicles, and that when this chip shortage is finally solved, if it's solved, it's going to bring a whole flood of vehicles onto the car lots, and you're going to see prices drop. There's people out there saying that. We'll try to get more into that here in the next few reports, and as we find out new news on that. Sam's Club CEO, members started shopping quite aggressively for the holiday season, right? It's been all over the news. Shop early, shop early, shop early. So we're going to see this mega rush into buying goods and products for the holidays, and then maybe after the holidays we'll see a glut as all these container ships get onto the shelves and as things start to improve. Or will there be no improvement? Will there be a constant backlog? The labor force is being obliterated. People are choosing not to work for many, many reasons. Will this not get fixed? Will this continue to just get worse? Prices, never-ending increases, or a big crash after the holidays, a glut of products and goods coming onto the shelves. You let me know. Thanks everybody for being here. Hope you like this face-to-face interaction. Let me know if you like it, or if it really doesn't matter to you. It's all about the news. It's all about the data and the numbers. Either way, thanks for being here, everybody. Please make sure you subscribe to this channel for more economic news, financial news. We'll talk to you very, very soon. Stay well, stay safe, keep stacking. Bye for now.